From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the Business, Equity, and Opportunities Podcast with Scott Sander.
Welcome to the Business, Equity, and Opportunities Podcast. I'm Scott Sander. On this episode, 2 stories on the game-changing benefits of SBA loans and Gemco and the Million Meal Movement.
Every business is unique and has a target audience. If you own or manage a business, Circulus Digital Media can help you connect and grow your customer base with turnkey digital solutions that are nimble, offering best-in-class results, service, and support to reach a bigger customer base, allowing you to pinpoint a specific audience down to the smallest details. Get outside the city, the state, span the globe. Put Circulus Digital Media to work for you. Get started now at circulusdigital.com. That's circulusdigital.com.
Let's get started with a trip to Batesville, Indiana. We spoke to Lisa Hudson. She owns the High Viz, a family-operated uniform business. Exporting is a big, expensive part of the High Viz biz. Lisa signed up for an export loan. Many U.S. banks view such loans for exporters as risky, making it harder for the businesses that export to get them. Day-to-day operations, advance orders for suppliers, and refinancing existing debts. To ease the risk, the U.S. Small Business Administration created programs to provide lenders with up to a 90% guarantee on export loans. For some, then, the SBA-backed loans may be a game changer. Just ask Lisa.
This is Business, Equity, and Opportunities. Getting started.
So we are a custom uniform and apparel business, but much more than that. We're kind of shaking things up and really focusing on people so that we understand and know that what we wear means way more than just putting on something. Everybody matters. It doesn't matter who you love. It doesn't matter what color you are. It doesn't matter what size you are. You matter. So being able to provide first in an underserved population of women in manufacturing, we're wearing men's clothing and there weren't a lot of maternity options. To be able to first see that and then build out after that and realize that, it's not just women who are pregnant, it's men, it's non-binary, it's just people need things not only to make them feel comfortable and confident and allow them to do a better job, but also for safety reasons as well. So I've spent the past 20-something years raising kids. My husband and I have 5 kids. He worked as a cardiovascular ICU nurse. He now works for me. But around the pandemic, I was fighting breast cancer. And just with facing death and realizing even more, it even made me realize more who I was. So decided in January 2022 that I was going to start a business and really dug deep, looked into all the things, realized that I could become a women's certified business and that I could take what was being crafting, like me doing spirit wear off of my Cricut machine in the basement and take it to another level to really make a business out of it, and did all of the work to get my women-owned certificate, did the 3-hour interview, the whole process, jumped through all the hoops and got my women-owned, my disadvantaged business certificate. And then very quickly was going to procurement fairs. At this time they were still online. I was in a Minnesota procurement fair all week, just listening to every single thing that I could learn, just soaking up, because I love learning new things. And met at the end of the week. There was a large panel of businesses and I asked each one of them, I thought, the worst they can say is no, so I'm just going to put myself out there. Is there a place for us? And at this point, we didn't know if we were uniform. We were high vis because I thought maybe road workers because of the state, and then there could be some DBE dollars that could be available. Every one of the companies said no, 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 no. And Cargill, Natalie McGrady from Cargill said, you know what, let's see if we can find a place for you. The next day, I'm on the phone with executives from Cargill in a meeting coming to them and saying, how can I serve you? What can I do that's not being done to make sure that I took this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity? Before I got off the phone with him, I said, hey, I'll be in Minneapolis in 2 weeks with stuff in hand to try on. And that's where the magic began. We brought every size for them to try on. People walked in used to being disappointed, and they were like, it became a party. Morale went up. We had smiles, and we've seen this across the entire U.S. because Ardent Mills, who is owned by Cargill and Conagra, they said, hey, we would like to talk to High-Vis, and we ended up winning their women's contract for the whole U.S., Canada, and Puerto Rico. So we've been in every single plant, and we got to see the magic. You know, in my basement, I saw this vision. I saw how the whole thing worked. I saw how that even these shelves were going to work, how the system was going to work. And to be able to write that vision and take it to Indiana Economic Development and say, hey, they awarded a grant. They believed in my vision too. I got the Smart Manufacturing Grant to make this happen. Then we faced the Small Business Association, SBA, and the export program has been crucial to making it happen. First Community Bank of Indiana, they believed in me when we heard no, and figuring out, okay, well, how do we operate a business we had zero capital because we had used all of our resources while fighting cancer. When we had started we'd gone from January 2022 until August of this year, zero capital. So you can imagine how scary operating at this was. But knowing that we're just going to figure it out. We're going to reach out. We're going to say, hey, we need help. We're going to say, because we believe in what we were doing, and we believe in people, and that's what it's about. So I have so much support from not only the people that work, but like all the agencies, and like really, like, it's okay. If I don't know it, I'm not afraid to say it. You know, I don't know everything. Just being willing to say, you know what, I didn't know that, and learn instead of pretending like I knew it all. So because we are focused on people, so our own employees, paying them a good living wage. We pay all of their dental, medical, vision 100%, and we do a 401k match because it starts here. And then the people that we serve, they matter. And then the planet that we share, we're working toward B Corp status so that we're making a legal commitment to this is how we're going to do business. My goal isn't to be a millionaire. My goal is to leave a legacy. So as we transition toward retirement, it's to make this an employee-owned business so that we can't be scooped up by a big business and just be like everybody else. But we're kind of shaking things up and going, the person at the top isn't going to be making millions while someone barely can feed their family on a minimum wage. Let's build something where everybody can have food and a place to live, and it's not about one person profiting while others are barely getting by. Like by nature, I'm a coach. I coached college softball. I played college softball, coached college softball at one point, stepped away so that I wanted to be a mom. That's what I wanted to do then. But to step back and see my entire team, my husband, my kids, my entire team beautifully work together and know that this place and what we're building can have an impact for years to come. The only way this is going to work is to empower those around. And that's so not even my team, but some of the people that I work with, like other women, other men, other business people, when we truly work together, empower one another instead of just being and seeing how like it doesn't have to be one or the other, like we can build each other up. That's what warms my heart. Or seeing someone belong someplace that, well, you know what, they might have trouble fitting in, but they just see and work that magic of making them feel like the world's told them that, you know what, you're not as smart, you're not as this, but for them to see that light bulb go off and go, oh, I don't have to believe that. Just because I don't fit in this mold doesn't mean I can't be who I am. And that's what we're really trying to do, is to really stand up and support the underserved, to know that everybody matters. Without all of us, how does it all get? It doesn't have to be a hierarchy. It can be this beautiful like picture, and that's what we're seeing it. We're seeing it happen and come alive.
As we roll through the heaviest shopping season of the year, the U.S. Small Business Administration is looking back on its successes. The SBA says it delivered $50 billion in capital, disaster relief, and bonding to small businesses across America in the 2023 fiscal year. More than $728 million of that capital made its way to Indiana. To learn what that can mean for your small business and how you can gain access to some of that capital, we talked with the SBA Indiana District Director, Stacy Pointer.
This is Business, Equity, and Opportunities. Access to capital.
We just released our statistics for fiscal year 23, which ended September 30th. We do that every year to kind of raise awareness, to let folks know there are resources out there available in Indiana with assistance from the federal government, with assistance from area lenders such as banks and credit unions. Almost 1,300 loans made in Indiana. We supported $728 million right here in the Hoosier State. Over 99% of the businesses in Indiana are considered small, so almost everybody qualifies. Now, there are always just some nuances, but without getting into the weeds of all that, most businesses do qualify. So I was at an event, and actually in Indianapolis this summer, and of course we're in Batesville today, but we had the opportunity to get together, and our Small Business Development Center, which is a partner of ours that works with area business, provide that free 101 business counseling, said, Stacy, there's somebody you need to meet. She just started her business, but man, she's really growing. She needs some help with access to capital. So, and as soon as I met Lisa, boy, she's infectious. I mean, it was easy to kind of get behind her, and so we had a conversation about what her needs were, and she was just growing exponentially. And so we got together, we talked about her loan needs. We were able to put her in connection with a few of our lending partners, and then she was able to find a connection to help her grow her business. Obviously, we want to highlight the good things in Indiana. We talked about the almost 1,300 small businesses that received assistance, but we also looked at, what are maybe some numbers that need improving. And 42% of the businesses are owned by women in Indiana, which is pretty good, not half, but, pretty good. But then we look at the access to capital, only 20% over the last 3 years have averaged to women-owned businesses. Now, that's obviously a problem. We also look at rural areas. 78% of the counties in Indiana are considered rural, like here in Batesville and Franklin County. However, they're only receiving 23% of the loans. So it's like a total inverse of what's going on. So part of the reason to get the loan statistics out there is also to bring awareness to there are resources available, and we are here to help. But how do we get that information out? I think it's just a matter of them picking up the phone. Obviously, we're doing kind of our part of this outreach, but them picking up the phone, giving us a call, or going to the website. But there are resources out in the community. Our office is located in Indianapolis, but we cover the state of Indiana, and we do it with partners, such as our women's business centers that work in the Fort Wayne area in Indianapolis, our SCORE chapters, which are folks that are volunteering their time to provide free one-on-one counseling throughout the state, and of course our small business development centers who do a fantastic job. That's in partnership with the state of Indiana, the federal government, and local resources, usually a university, that get out and cover every county in Indiana. You're thinking about starting a business, you're already in business, how do you grow your business? Your business is maybe not going like it's supposed to. Maybe you're wanting to transition out of your business and look at retirement. We handle those calls as well. So we're here for all assets, all aspects of your business, and it's free one-on-one counseling. I can't emphasize that enough. It's that free counseling. We want you to take advantage of the resources that you're already paying for with the taxpayer dollars. Well, I think we're still going to continue to see businesses grow. Take advantage of those resources that are out there to help your business grow. Lisa, we're here today. She's doing exporting. 96% of the customers are outside the United States. So there's a whole opportunity for you to grow your business.
Welcome back to Business Equity and Opportunities, and the fun part, running your business day to day. Gemco is celebrating 5 years of taking part in the Million Meal Movement, an organization with a twofold goal: feed the hungry and teach the importance of volunteerism. In the case of small business, it may serve as a model of truly being part of the community.
This is Business, Equity, and Opportunities. Running your business day to day.
So Million Meal Movement is a hunger relief organization right here in Indianapolis, and our main focus is fighting food insecurity here in the state of Indiana while bringing people together through volunteerism. It was started by a couple out of Carmel, Indiana, Dan and Nancy Hintz, in 2007. and they knew that there was a huge food insecurity issue and just wanted to focus on that and bring people together through volunteerism. Yeah, so Nancy Hintz is actually our executive director, and Dan, her husband, serves on our board as well, so they're very involved. So this is our 5th year packing with Gemco, so we're super excited about that. Today, their goal is 15,000 meals, and they are packing our mac and cheese meal. So they're scooping, weighing, labeling, sealing, boxing up mac and cheese meals to be delivered to local food banks and food pantries here in Indiana. So once we host a meal packing event with a company or a group, we distribute the meals to local food banks and food pantries. Oftentimes, Gleaners Midwest are 2 of our big partners just because they have such a great reach throughout the state, as well as many, many other food pantries throughout the state. Crooked Creek, Second Harvest, just to name a few. We have many food pantries that we distribute to. Pretty much if a food distribution organization calls and needs it, we'll give it to them. I look forward to coming to work every day. It's something new and different. It's something that I can go home and feel good about because I know I'm helping people and I'm seeing it done right in front of me. Seeing people volunteer brings them so much joy, as well as myself, as well as the end result with distributing the food to those who need it. We love to partner. We have many opportunities to give back, whether it's hosting a meal packing event or joining our annual Million Meal Marathon with Pacers Sports and Entertainment. We have a golf outing in the summer. So there's multiple ways to check out what we have going on and to give back to help fight food insecurity here in the state of Indiana. So Hoosiers Packed for Hoosiers.
We're here today supporting the Million Meals movement. They support local pantries, food pantries to support hunger in central Indiana. All here, every meal made here that we're making today, we're going to make 15,000 meals, is going to support the local food banks here in central Indiana. That's why we're here today. We were lucky enough to be introduced to Million Meals movement 5 years ago when we supported the Pacers Foundation. And then we decided we wanted to get involved directly with Million Meals. So this is our 5th anniversary. We have packed over 60,000 meals for the local community in the last 5 years, which we're very grateful for. Oh, it's amazing. It's to give back. All of our employees here are centrally Indiana based. They love giving back to the community, and we're honored to be able to do that. We have challenges. It's a fun event to have for camaraderie, for the culture of the company, but also helping the greater good for central Indiana. They know that they're giving back to central Indiana for the greater good. We're all very fortunate to be here to work in such a great environment and to give back for those less fortunate. It's something they all cherish. We do it twice a year. It's something we're going to continue to do. Gemco as a whole, it's about the culture. We build buildings obviously for commercial aspects, but it helps with employees knowing they're a part of a greater good. They're contributing to the community. They like being part of it, the camaraderie, knowing that they're giving back. And it's the bigger cause of employee retention, employee recruitment, knowing that a company of what we are and the culture we have supports these types of things and realizes that it's much more than just getting up, going to your job every day. It's about giving back and supporting the community that you're part of. Seeing the smiles, seeing getting up every day, going to bed every night of people are happy. People are excited to come to work with us, not for us, obviously. And it's about creating a culture and a sustainability for our customers and our team members alike, that we do events like this that support much more than us as individuals, not just the company, and giving back. And they know that, and they're very, very supportive of doing that.
Our thanks again to all the contributors who joined us for this episode of the Business Equity and Opportunities podcast. We hope you found it enlightening, useful, and inspiring. You'll find more information about the show on our website, beoshow.com. You can watch Business Equity and Opportunities Sunday mornings at 10 on Wish TV or live stream it through wishtv.com. Each week we provide 7 full segments with topics ranging from how to get started and how to access capital to the day-to-day running of your business and questions about accounting and bookkeeping. We feature business news and trends and always share a success story from one of our contributors. Join us next time for more insights into the world of small business. Be sure to sign up for our Business Equity and Opportunities newsletter to get even more valuable, up-to-date information. And if you have any questions or you'd like to be part of our show, please email us. The address is beo@wishtv.com. We'd love to hear from you. I'm Scott Sander. Thanks for listening.
Watch the Business Equity and Opportunity Show on Wish TV and access all of our content and share it on demand anytime at beoshow.com. You can find more podcasts from Wish TV on the All Indiana Podcast Network at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.